Yes, lovely.
Have you ever been hated by your fellow co-worker or a teammate just because you tried to give them insight into some small nifty issue at the workplace? Like literally being hated to the extent that you fear for your life, like probably they are going to poison your food or hire someone to wipe you off the face of the earth. That's the story I want to share today, ladies and gentlemen. And it was because of a small nifty issue. But before I share the story, I want to show you two scenes, which I want you to choose the one you liked the most and the points to defend why you liked that one. So let me show you the scenes. Welcome to the Please Try This channel, by the way. I'm Pindeni. And here is scene number 1. So I'm going to say Amri player, play. So this is the scene I'm talking about. We will call this one scene A. And as you can see, it is getting the player's preferred language. We have multiple languages here: English, French, Hindi, everything. And then here we have other language translations to just show that we are asking the user to choose their preferred language. So we'll call this one scene A. And it was made using Amri 3D Canvas UI. Now let's go to the other scene. So I'm going to close this one, and then I'm going to go on the other scene. I'm going to go Amri player, play. So this is the other scene here. It is doing the same thing, asking the player their preferred language. And for this one, the player has to move their arrow keys or their left and right keys on their gamepad to choose their preferred language. So now let me ask you, we'll call this one scene B. Which one have you liked, the scene A and scene B, and why? Now let me share my story. I was working in the game dev industry, and of course we were divided into two. There was team A, which was composed of those senior guru developers that know how to make games, And then there was team B, which was composed of the junior developers, and I was leading that team. And the project manager came one day and said, right guys, we are making our game. Yes, we were making a game, by the way, and I'm not going to mention the name of the game because it flopped. Woo! I've got many stories to share on this channel. Subscribe. I've got many stories to share on why that game flopped. So, back to the story. The project manager came and was like, right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the stage of our game where we're asking the player their preferred language. So go and make scenes. Team A, I trust you, you are the gurus. Go and make your scene. Team B, go and make your scene, and then bring them tomorrow for presentation, and we choose the scene we'll go with. So as the scripting master, I decided to go the scripting way, like the scene B, which you have seen. That was the one I made exactly. It had flags and everything, and the player had to move the arrow keys to select their preferred language. Of course, it was inspired by my favorite game, FIFA. They put those flags when you are choosing your preferred language. And Mr. Mice, the leader of Team A, came with the scene which you saw exactly as scene A. By the way, we called him Mr. Mice because the guy loved mice. He would bring 2 small mice to work because probably it gave him focus. He loved mice until we called him Mr. Mice. So now the project manager was like, okay guys, which one should we go with? And he came with the scene which was exactly as scene A. It had buttons and the user had to click a button, and it used a canvas UI. And then I presented mine, which I scripted, and the user had to press arrow keys to select their language. Then my fellow co-workers were asked to vote the best scene. And you know who won? Me, your boy Pindeni. So to those who chose scene B, we won. And that brought hatred. The guy hated me. Like, I left that game development team. He hated me so much. He was like, you small junior developer, where? What are you doing? Like the guy hated me so much. I don't know why he hated me like that. Probably because he thought maybe the junior developer won over me, the senior. And that guy came with using his influence, and he was like, okay, let's bring the scenes back and let's talk about them. So he brought his scene back. I don't know, for those who chose scene A, if you match Mr. Mice's points. He said, my scene does the exact job that you want. It gets the user's preferred language. 2, he said it's simple because you just have to click a button and the game knows you are a Chinese, you are Portuguese, you are English. And I came with all my own points and I was like, project manager, as you can see, why not make this scene more interactive? Secondly, our game by that time wanted to support 10 languages. It wanted to be translated into 10 languages. And I was like, 10 buttons. Like, are we flying a plane here? Are we going to be flying a plane? Like literally 10 buttons. We are presenting the user with buttons and then they go English, Portuguese, German, and then they choose. Why not make it more interactive? We are going to be scaling this game for our mobile platforms so that it gets played on mobile platforms. So my scene is best suited for that. Why not we use the scene that I use so that on mobile, the user just presses, if the user presses left, they are moving the language. If the user presses right, rather than using a canvas UI, which may give us issues when we are now scaling those buttons. And also, I thought literally we are asking many things from the user. There are many options in our languages here. Why not just make the scene more interactive? So I later won that battle and I left that team. The guy hated me so much. He didn't like me and I was so scared. And each time he would come, he'd be like, oh, junior developer, you now know more, right? So we faced that things in the workplace. My point now is, I don't know your points. Maybe you can comment them below so that I see to those who chose scene A. But I mean, let's look at scene B, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, this is the scene that I'm going to be using for my users to select language. I feel this is one of the difference that classifies big games as big. Just the attention to small details like this. Like, I mean, many small developers will be quick to just say canvas UI and let's do this. Yet this game has many languages it wants to support. Why not make it interactive like what I did? I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, when we are making a game, we reach a scene where we are asking a user, maybe it's a menu scene, and it has many options like play, controller settings, keyboard settings, what settings, and then it goes connect to multiplayer mode, connect to, it has many things. Instead of using buttons for the player to click, why not just make it interactive? Like we go right straight into the code and then it starts pushing play, it starts pushing controller settings. The way FIFA does, like it's so interactive. I mean, why not make such scenes interactive? Because what it does to me, I feel it puts the player in the mood. The player starts feeling like I am here. Like the way I feel when I play FIFA, I just feel I am now in the game, you know. And then you can see those things coming. Press X. Do you choose to go to the internet? No. It takes it away. It brings in the other thing. Why not add such interactiveness? This scene, I made it using Amri 3D hex script. And it took me about an hour for me to use it. And this is the code which I used. I know most of you don't find code entertaining. But to those who are following Amri 3D, if you want to learn how I made this scene, please put it in the comments below so that I can make a content well-explained tutorial on what I did. So it uses twinning, the twin function, and then their function zoom in and what. Sometimes there are situations where we should just let the canvas UI rest. If you are asking the user many options, please let the canvas UI rest and let's make things more interactive and fun, and I feel it is so our players will appreciate our game. We may be using an engine with limited canvas UI properties and power, so why not just go into the code and create something more interactive, especially on the select language scene. So I'm going to delete Mr. Mice's scene here, this one, and we are going to be using something more interactive. I'm looking to hear from you too what you think. Do you disagree? Do you agree? Thank you very much for watching this video. If you are new, please consider subscribing if my content is worth it, liking and sharing my videos. Thank you very much.